Hello, welcome to Oxford Heirlooms. In this video, we're going to make our skirting or our sashing for the two long strips of sashing that'll go between the three rows of panels. Okay, the reason I'm going to do that is I want to make sure that the sashing matches up from top to bottom. And if I create the sashing with the entree first, I can pin the panels to the entree and ease them into place so that they will be lined up real nicely. Okay, so I've got to trim the batiste from one side of all four of my pieces of entree, but I will not do them all on camera. I'm just gonna go ahead and start trimming my entree. And then once I get all the entree trimmed, I will start zigzagging the entree to either side of the sashing lace. Okay, so this is going to take me a while to get all of this entree trimmed, so I'll be right back. Okay, I've got all four of my pieces of entree trimmed, and I've got my sashing lace over here. So let me move the camera this direction and zoom in a little bit. Oh, wrong direction. Okay, now I'm going to butt this lace up to the entree and begin to zigzag it on and make sure I'm going in an entree. Oops, I'm not in a zigzag yet. Okay, let me make sure I'm going in an entree hole and not stabbing the entree ladder, which I'm doing right there. Let me move over just a little. There we go. Okay, now I'll begin to zigzag this together. Okay, this is going to take me a while to get all four pieces of entree sewn onto two pieces of sashing, so I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my two pieces of lace sashing completed, so let me put one off to the side. Now what I have done is I folded the sashing in half, and then with a ruler I measured out 5 3/8 of an inch from the center on both sides. Don't pay any attention to that mark over there, that was wrong. This is the true mark. And I'm gonna line up my center panel and the edge of the sashing. And then I will measure again to make sure that my outer panel fits onto the sashing also. So I have gone ahead and I've marked the center top of the middle center. I'm starting from the center and working my way out like I did before. Okay, now I'm going to start pinning this sashing to the panel. And I'm going to line up and then I'll ease it into place. line up this other blue more. I've got some strings hanging out right here. Okay, now when I squared my panel up, I've got a new blue line squaring the top of the panel. So let me work my way towards this end. Okay, I want my ease my panel in along that blue line. Okay, so I'm going to pin this sashing on to the top and the bottom of the panel, and then I will, before I actually sew it, I'm going to pin the top panel on too, just so that I can make sure that the ends line up. Come this other direction. And do the same thing. And then ease it into place along the blue line that I drew. I'm not sure you can see what I'm doing over here. Okay, now I'm going to get my other panel and I'm going to set it, I'm going to pin it to this other side. I'll be right back. Well, I was thinking about pinning the next panel to the sashing, but I think I don't, the pins are so long, I don't really have room to do that. So let me go ahead, move the camera in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and sew this sashing, the entredot, to the panel using a straight stitch. And I'll take my pins out as I come to them. Okay, this will take me a minute to get this finished, so I'll be right back. Okay, I've got that sashing sewn on, and I need to go to the ironing board and press my seam away from the sashing so that I can come back and zigzag along the edge of the entredot. So let me go to the ironing board and press both pieces of sashing open, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have the seam of my sashing all ironed into place. So let me set my machine to a zigzag and the appropriate stitch length and stitch width for sewing entredot. And then I'm going to zigzag this sashing seam into place. I'm going to catch, well, I'll be catching the fold of the lace and the fold of the batiste down here. Okay, I've got about 6 feet or 2 yards to zigzag. You know, I've got about 1 yard for each sashing piece. So this will take me a while to get all this zigzagging done, so I'll be right back. Okay, I've got that sashing all zigzagged, and I've used my specialty scissors, and I trimmed the excess batiste seam from one side, and I need to finish up this other side. Just simply cut close to the zigzag line without cutting the zigzag itself. And these blunt tipped scissors with the bend in the handle are perfect for doing this because I don't have to worry about the scissors going through the holes in the lace and cutting my lace panel. Just kind of get close to the zigzag without actually cutting the zigzag seam itself. There. Okay, now then, I was going to go ahead and sew. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit more. I was going to go ahead and sew the top and bottom panel to this, but since I'm going to do hand embroidery in the center panel, I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here and design my embroidery, get that on there and actually do my hand embroidery. And then I'll come back after the hand embroidery is finished and continue to put the 3x3 grid together. But I think this sashing looks real nice, and I do still have my 4 little marks where the sashing up above will need to be attached so that it looks like it matches from top to bottom. But in this video, I was attaching the sashing to the middle horizontal panel, and now I'm going to stop and do my hand embroidery on the center panel, and when I get that design created, I will have that available as a PDF if you want the hand embroidery design for some reason. But thank you.